Morning everybody, and welcome to another live stroll. The important thing for today is it's hump day. So Wednesday by lunchtime today, hopefully that'll be a halfway point of the week, and we'll be making our way gradually down towards the weekend and hopefully being able to relax. Weather this morning, it's alright, a little bit chilly, no wind at the minute, no rain. I was in a bit of a rush. I didn't actually look at the temperature, but as a guesstimate I would say 6-7 degrees. I don't think I'm far off with that. In fact, I'll have a quick look, because this morning I am using two phones after yesterday morning's debacle with the live cutting out, and I had no idea it had cut out. Yeah, 7 degrees, there you go guys, that's not a bad guess, is it? It's supposed to get up to 17 today. It's positively tropical if that's what happens, guys. So what's everybody up to today? Where are you watching from? What time is it? Any plans for the day? All the normal stuff we like to ask. Go on, Azra. To the live. Come on. Go on, Azra, lead on. So far, so good. The live does seem to be working okay. People joining up. So we'll just keep an eye on that. As I said to you earlier, we are monitoring this morning after yesterday morning's debacle. If you are new here, welcome. Do like and subscribe. The only problem is with the weight of this bigger phone, I have to keep an eye on it because it keeps dropping. So I'm trying to monitor that as well, guys. And I'll have a look, see if there's anything I can do. Come on, Azra, lead on. I'll have a look if there's anything I can do when I get home. As I say, it's the first time I'm using this phone on the harness, I think. Anyway. Oh, my throat this morning. What's everybody up to today? Where are you all watching from? What time is it? Normal questions we'd like to ask people. And I will try and keep an eye on the phone. So we are doing the long stroll this morning. Azra, lead on, come on. You won't believe it, guys, when I usually end the streams, which isn't normally that far from home, she just does this. Just leads on as if there's no problem in the world. I've really just tightened up the screen, so hopefully that's going to hold a bit better. We'll see. Yeah, she's not very photogenic at the minute, is Azra. Anyone want to have a chat about anything? Keep it clean. Makes the stroll go a lot quicker. As I say, we are doing the longer one this morning. I haven't got much to update you on, really. Yesterday was as calm as it could have been at work. Watched a little bit of football last night. See, Arsenal went through, Chelsea and Man City went out. I feel even if Liverpool turn it around later, they're going to go out in the next round anyway. I think they would play PSG, and PSG did a very good job of dismantling Chelsea over 2 games. Liverpool are a funny team. They do seem to turn up at times, but not at the minute. It's very, very hard watching them at the minute. And of course Spurs, who were Liverpool's nemesis at the weekend. Obviously I think what are they? Are they 3-0 down? I can't remember what they are now. I know Liverpool 1-0. I don't know what Spurs are. I know at one point it was 3-0. I don't know what the final score was in that game anyway. They're down by a few at least, so wait and see. Go on, Azra, lead on. Good girl. So normal as can be. Go at work today. And as I say, watching the Liverpool match tonight. Put myself through it. I think they'll most probably, I say this a bit loosely, most probably be able to turn around the 1-0 deficit tonight if they play to their potential. But this is the problem being a Liverpool fan, especially at the minute. You've just got no confidence in the team at all. Go on, Azra. And I think as fans, the fans, I understand, were booing a lot. The fans were booing a lot at the weekend. And I think once the fans start booing, are you going to the loo? Oh, she is. Come on, Azra. You're sniffing, and then you don't really give too much away. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I think once the... Go on, lead on. Lead on. I think once the fans start getting on your back, you've got a real problem, in my opinion. And I know people say, well, he won the league last season, he's got a bit of money in the bank, and yes, he has. I totally agree. But if they fail to qualify for the Champions League this season, which is a bit ropey, I think he's got a big problem come the end of the season. And then even then, you can't keep blaming injuries. You've got a very strong squad there, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion. Anyway, I mean, when you spend the sort of money they spent last summer, I know one of those players has been injured most of the season. But anyway, I could talk all day about Liverpool guys, being a Liverpool fan since 1990, but it's certainly hard work watching them this season, that's for sure. Okay, what I will say to you guys is it's 5:20 AM here in the UK. Come on, Azra, lead on. And it's really getting light quickly now. Look at it. That's unreal. It is all going to change again. Not this weekend, but the following weekend when the clock's changing. But it's unbelievable how all of a sudden, just in the last few weeks, it's been getting lighter and lighter. Anyway, as I say, clocks change Sunday week. And I won't be doing any live strolls with Azra the following week because we're on holiday. And we'll be doing live strolls, just not with Azra. Hopefully when we do live strolls it'll be sunny and we'll be on the beach. That's the plan. Anyway, you can't control the weather, can you? So watch this space. Just be nice to go away, chill out for a week, unwind, and then no scheduled time off from then until August. So I suppose, I mean, obviously you've had Christmas in between, haven't we? But last time I was away from work, other than Christmas, was when we went to Disney. And of course, if you've been with me regularly, you'll know what happened when we came back from there. Injuring my leg. And what have you, and sort of put me out of action. Doing the long walks for a while. So, come on, Azra, lead on. Yeah, it was a bit of a shame. Anyway, that's behind us now, hopefully. Next holiday is fast approaching, can't wait. There will be a travel series, and also we'll be doing live vlogs, and I'm sure there'll be some shorts along the way as well. So we'll be using all the genres. Watch out on the community if you're subscribed. We'll be putting little messages up, sort of letting you know what we're going to be doing and what have you. A couple of things definitely got planned, which is mixed market day on one of the days we're there. What that will consist of and what, I have no idea. We'll see. And then the other day we're going to be going into Palmer for half a day, however long we decide to be there, so how long we'll be there. But that's the plan. We're going to get the bus probably, depending on how much an Uber is. So we'll get the bus, or might get the bus one way, Uber back, who knows, don't know. Watch this space, guys. So we're on to the worst bit of this longer stroll, and it's the uphill bit. It doesn't last for long. Those of you that have been with me before, you'll know. Come on, Azra. It was quite frustrating yesterday morning. Obviously I'm doing the live stroll like I do every morning, and I didn't realise that Julia had messaged me, another third of the Jade family clan, and she said to me that it's cut out and it's just a circle. This is why I've had to, come on Azra, lead on. This is why I've had to bring my spare phone, which I use for my drone as well, and that is what is doing the recording this morning. And I'm having to use my normal phone just periodically to keep an eye on the live to make sure it is working, which I've done a couple of times now. Come on, Azra. And it is all right, so hopefully it is all still coming out. I'll check now, actually. Come on, Azra, lead on. Come on, Azra, lead on. Yes, it appears to be working absolutely fine this morning. Thank goodness. Because there's nothing worse than sort of putting in the hard work. Come on, putting in the hard work, and then getting home, and then you stop the live, you sort of do your sort of little checks that you do, and it says it only recorded for 2.5 minutes. It's like, what's the point? Azra, come on, let's go. Lead on. Lead on. Azra, this side. These birds are really flummoxed her, guys. Just look how light it's coming. Won't be long now. Probably won't need these in the morning to the lights. Can't wait. I did get some AR glasses last week. I haven't really spoken too much about those. And I did do a little bit of recording with them. Azra, they're okay. Listen, they weren't expensive. They weren't sort of the Ray-Ban or the Oakley ones, which are sort of £300-400, you know, upwards. You know, these were 100 quid. Are you going to the loo again? Right, just wait, guys. Just got to sort her out. Was it just a wee? Just a wee, Azra. Okay, let's carry on then. Azra, this side. In case the car comes, lead on. Which we've got a car coming now. Right, come on, Azra, tight lead. Right, settle down. Go. Right, lead on. So we're almost at the other end of this now, guys, towards the high street. Once we get to the high street, there will be a bit better light. So I'm still struggling with this phone drooping on the harness. Not sure what we can do about that at the minute, other than just keep an eye on it and move it. I'll have to look when I get home. See, I have tightened it up a couple of times on the actual harness. It might just be because it is quite a heavy phone in comparison to the normal iPhone. That can be he's the only answer and reason as to why it's doing it. Come on, Azra, lead on. As long as the live is working and people can see what's going on, we can deal with the rest of it. Right now, she is going to the loo finally. Right, well that's a load off your mind, isn't it, Azra? Onwards. So this stroll we're doing usually, well not usually, it is because it's the same every morning. From distance wise, it's just over 2 miles. Funny enough, I had a follow-up with a consultant yesterday about, it's a very long story. I had to go to A&E this time last year with some chest pains. That wasn't anything to worry about. It was sort of a reflux thing more than anything else. But it was brought on by stress, apparently. Which I can well believe, because it was at that point I just about walked out the current job, the job I was doing at the time, for reasons I won't bore you with. And they rang me last week and said, "Oh, you've got a follow-up appointment." A year on, I could have been dead. A year on from when I went for that initial appointment. Anyway, he did apologise, which I thought was only right and proper. But I sort of said, you know, it is a bit crazy, isn't it? A year on, I mean, it's exactly a year. That's just mental from that incident. Yes, of course, they did all the checks at the time and they knew I wasn't dying. It's crazy, look at that there. But a year on from the initial incident. Anyway, point is, guys, I've not had a similar episode since. And as I said to the doctor, and this is very important, no matter how old you are, sometimes, guys, in life you have to make changes. Life changes. And for the good of yourself, your family, whatever, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. I quit my job at the time. I didn't have a job, so it was quite hard for a few months. Luckily, pretty good savers, so we were able to survive. But during that time, I was out of work. I concentrated on me, taking her out for walks, you know, just getting myself back together. So when I started the new job I'm currently doing, whilst I don't think I was ever 100% at the time, I was more closer to 100% than I was when I left the previous job. And it's amazing the weight it lifts off your shoulders when you make decisions like that, if you can. The difference it had on me, my body, my psyche, home life, everything. So sometimes, guys, whatever walk of life you do, a life change for the better is good. And that's a bit deep at 5:30 in the morning, but sometimes things need to be said. Because people sometimes, they get in a rut in life and they can't get out of it. And I understand I was in a more fortunate position that I don't live paycheck to paycheck from that point of view. And I was able to make a decision that I made for me and my family. But yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? You just have to look after yourself. We're going to have an amazing sunrise this morning. We won't be out for it, unfortunately, because we're going to be home before. But I can see it over the top of the trees. You can see it there, guys. Looks amazing. Try and catch it towards the end of the stroll, whatever we can catch. But we're now 5:30, and it's now, I reckon, about 10-15 minutes away from not needing the lights, which is roughly what it was at the weekend. So it is getting better every day. As I say, this isn't going to last for long. The clocks change at the weekend. 2 weekends' time, and then the mornings will be darker again for a bit, and then it will gradually get lighter. So just got to be patient. So if you've been with me before, we are now steadily making our way towards the village centre. Hopefully we're still broadcasting live to you all. I haven't checked my phone for a while, and this is the reason why I've had to bring it out, because I just don't want another episode after yesterday. Yeah, we look like we're good anyway. Just having a quick check. Yeah, we're good. Perfect. As I said yesterday, it was a complete and utter disaster. So after I didn't see the message from Julia, and you're just talking to yourself without a lot of love and support from you guys, because you guys couldn't get on either. So whether it's from this stroll or the shorts that went on yesterday, but we definitely had a couple of subscribers since I checked last night. So if it is from this morning's stroll, thank you very much. If you haven't, do make sure you like and subscribe. It doesn't make a difference to the channel. We're slowly making our way towards the 1,000 subscriber mark. With everything that I'm going to be doing this year, holidays and stuff, America being the big one later on this year, I'm fully expecting and hoping we'll get closer to that by the end of this year for sure. I'd like to be there before that, but let's just wait and see. I don't put much pressure on it because this is just a hobby for me, as I've said before many times. So you helping by liking and subscribing, hitting the bell is massive, but it'll never make any money because I can't be on it enough. So it's just a hobby, and I bring you guys with me for the strolls and the travel vlogs that we do. People seem to enjoy it. Hi to, is that Jim? I can't, this phone, I can't read that. Hi to Jim, how you doing this morning? Thanks for tuning in, do like and subscribe. And I will look at this harness when we get home, see if there's anything I can do with it, keep on sort of dropping. So it is a heavier phone that I'm using because of what happened yesterday with the live cutting out, and I didn't know about it. You can see the sunrise over the top there. Look at that guy, see he's coming. There was something on the local Facebook site yesterday about a person dressed in all black. Don't know what time this was. Apparently looking in people's houses. I said to Julie, are they talking about me? She said, well, they never mentioned you had a dog. And I'm sure you don't look in people's houses. And I said, well, of course I don't. But it gets you wondering, doesn't it, really? And she said they also didn't notice that you had a chest harness on with a phone. Again, a valid point. Come on, Azra. Because I am dressed all in black today, guys, so I've got lights on. Black boots, black trackies, black hoodie, black body warmer, black cap. So yes, the man in black. Those of you in the UK, you probably won't have seen it. Has anyone ever seen the woman in black, either on the TV or at the theatre? I've been very fortunate, I've done both. And I tell you what, going to a theatre and seeing that, I will recommend it. It scares the EBGBs out of you. There is one point where the woman in black actually comes from behind the crowd, or the audience, sorry. You don't know she's there. She lets out the most almighty shriek. And I tell you what, it blows out the cobwebs, guys. Come on, Azra, let's go. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I do appreciate that, from Ireland. I don't think I've ever spoken to anyone in Ireland before, so you are the first. So welcome, thank you very much. We are out every day. I've spoken to someone from Ireland, as in real life, but not as in on here is what I'm talking about, guys. And that's what I was alluding to, so be clear about that. Ireland is certainly a place on my bucket list. When you think you're our near neighbour, and I've heard so many lovely things about the scenery and people. Just never had a chance to go. Anyway, maybe we can correct that at some stage, sooner rather than later. So I'm now in the village centre. There's not loads here, guys. We've got a couple of barber shops, a nail bar, a couple of little supermarkets and a chemist and a butcher. So you might say, well, it's more than some little villages, and I'm probably right. But there's enough here if you don't drive that you can sort of get what you need, but it'll be more expensive than doing your daily, weekly, should I say, shop at Tesco's or wherever you shop, whatever. So, old church over the back there. Then obviously the War Memorial there. As I say, when I left home, which was just after 5, it was still dark. Now, it is practically light enough that we don't need to be out with the torches and the lights now. So, it's pretty incredible how quickly it's got light in Mostat. Well, I think I started making comment about it shortly after we went out, didn't we, actually? But half an hour, we'll call it. Still got the birds waking up all around us. I love listening to the birds. So tomorrow and Friday will be similar times that we're out. Saturday will probably be slightly later, maybe around 6. Sunday's later again, it's 7. Saturday is a bit of a screw-up day, really, because I'm taking... Go on, Azra, lead on. I'm taking Mum and James to have their hair done in the morning. Then James has got a football match, but it's almost a lunchtime kick-off, which is always horrible, right in the middle of the day. And it's in Ely, which is about half hour, 40 minutes from here. So it's a pain, and then the rest of the day, you know, you just get home when you get home and then go from there. I couldn't even tell you when Liverpool are playing this weekend or who they're playing. So I don't know what time they're kicking off, what day they're kicking off. It must be away, I would imagine, but I really don't know. Is that difficult because you can't comment from that point of view? But am I saying this right? Limavady? Is that how you would say it? Just give me a yes or a no. Right, stay close. Go right now, lead on. On the pavement, Azra, come on. Perfect. Is your sort of town quite a quiet sort of town, or is it busy? You know, where we are here in Melbourne, at school times and at the weekends it's quite a sort of busy, bustling place, but apart from that it's reasonably sleepy, actually. You know, it's more of a village feel than a town. If you went to sort of one of the main towns, it would be different again. Yeah, sometimes it's busy. Yeah, and I would agree with that. Everywhere has its moments, doesn't it? So, as we get around the next couple of bends, we'll be able to see some more of this sunset. It is coming, but the sunrise rather. But we won't be in a really good place to see it. If I didn't have much to do, I'd get my drone and take up. I've done that a couple of times, recorded the sun coming up. People seem to like it when you put it on the channel, but I haven't got time to do it this morning. Go on, Azra. Good girl. especially the bars. Well, it was, what was it yesterday? St Patrick's Day, wasn't it? So I bet it was busy yesterday, wasn't it? I saw some live strolls actually of some people I follow on YouTube. They're actually based in Tenerife. And the bars were just a sea of green. It was unbelievable. I don't think you had to be Irish to go to these bars for St Patrick's Day yesterday. Just an excuse to go out, socialise, be with your mates. Well, hopefully you don't need an excuse to do that, but the amount of cars we're seeing this morning, guys, very unusual. I haven't really said, as we've got some obviously new people watching this morning, Azra is a rescue dog, and she was found in a box at the side of a dual carriageway with cars tearing past her, and she absolutely, even now after 4.5 years of having her, she'll be 5 in May, on May the 4th, Star Wars Day, she's still terrified of cars and anything bigger. That's why you hear me always have to put her on a tight lead when this happens, for this reason, because she literally jumps at them, you know, and it could be carnage for the car and her. Come on, Azra. Okay, so we're going to catch what we're going to catch now, this sunrise, just round the corner here. Hopefully the camera will calm itself down in a minute. It's not coming out brilliantly, is it? Come on, Azra. She's coming, guys. Bear with her. Slowly but surely. Come on, Azra, lead on. What we've done distance-wise. Just coming up 2 miles, which is exactly what I said to you it was going to be. We're going to go up this next road. This camera's driving me nuts. Need to have a look at it when we get home. Come on. This sort of sums up the sort of village. We have sort of a multi sort of cultural sort of cottages, sort of normal houses and what have you, sort of a bit of a mix of old and new and what have you, and there's some really new builds at the other end of the village. I suppose it's the same as anywhere, isn't it? Go on. Yeah, still recording. Excellent. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to the end of this stroll now. So thank you for joining up. Thank you for those that have been commenting. It's been lovely having a chat with you all. I will try and sort this harness out so I don't have to keep moving the camera. But it has been done for a reason with what happened on yesterday's live and not knowing it had cut out. So have a great day, everyone, whatever you're up to. Bye for now. I will reconvene similar time tomorrow. Azra, say goodbye. Good girl. Right, thanks everyone. Catch up tomorrow.